Buonasera, buonasera. We already got a couple of guys in the chat. We like to screw everybody up. We say 9:05, but we're going on a couple of minutes earlier. Yann, you got the drip going on tonight. Who do you think you are, Rock Nation Husney?
That with a glass of vino. Look at that.
Oh, very nice.
Oh, very. What are you drinking tonight?
It's actually my homemade wine, Alicante, Grenache, and Black Malvasia, and it doesn't taste like turpentine. So I'm happy. It came out good.
Did you take it out because of the busted tweets that you found for us?
I took it out because I had a bottle open from Sunday, and it's a wine with no preservatives. So if it doesn't get drank, ça devient du vinaigre.
Is it organic? Is that the question?
Yes, my friend's father crushed it with his feet.
Beautiful. Are we ready, gentlemen?
Let's go.
Let's go.
Welcome to the Milan Weekly Podcast, the English voice of Milan fans all over the world, with your hosts, Vinny T and Stevie P.
Benvenuti nella casa Giro in area, si gira, sinistro, rete, gol capolavoro di Olivier Giroud.
Mignon with another magical save.
Mamma mia, Teo Hernandez! Coast to coast del numero 19.
Leao carica il mancino. Eccolo qua, Rafa Leao.
Il Milan è campione d'Italia.
Cari amici sportivi, welcome yet to another edition of the Milan Weekly Podcast, episode 249. Here where we talk everything Milan, a possible campione d'agosto Milan, and a 6 teams tied in first place Milan. Stevie P, and yes, the P stands for positivity. Yanni D, that's what we're going to call you from now on. Guys, we are here. What a week we have looking ahead of us. We had Bologna on Saturday. We got Sassuolo tomorrow. I am traveling this Thursday. Going to go meet Milan Club Philly, the Fantas. Steve, they're already in Rome. Obviously,
we see their social media updates. We know where they are.
Can't wait to get there. Me, my cousin Johnny, and shout out to Europe. Europe, you're expensive. We tried to look for tickets to go see Milan and in Schwarzenegger country in Salzburg. You're too expensive. Dublin, we're looking to come and see you and watch a game with you in Dublin in Champions League. You are expensive as well, but hey, we'll see what happens once we get there, gentlemen. Before we get into the game. Oui, nous parlons français, Monsieur Mimou. Je pense que tu voulais pas dire gays, tu voulais dire guys, mais c'est correct, nous parlons français.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Wanted to give a first shout out to, look, guys, we know that, for reasons, Sonny is MIA for now, and we're trying to reach out to people to help us. And I want to take the time to say thank you to the one guy. This shirt came from him. Steve, he's been sending us stuff for years. Zvanko from Milan Club Sweden. Guys, first, thank you for reaching, helping us. He's going to be doing our thumbnails for a while. Guys, this is a guy that wanted to make sure that there's a Milan club in Antarctica. He reached out already to somebody in there. Zvanko, buddy, thank you so very much. His art is going to be up soon. Steve, Zvanko is a product of the network that we have. I don't want to be saying that we created, but Milan Weekly Podcast and how we reach out to all these people. So a special shout out to Zvanko. Thank you very much for taking the time. And he did say that he's a vampire, he does not sleep, but thank you to him.
Thank you, Zvanko. I finally found I was able to put a face to the mysterious Zvanko messages that we get from Facebook Messenger, which he doesn't like. So now we added him to the WhatsApp group, which I like better. Look, he's already there. He's already in the chat. Who knows what time it is in the morning for Zvanko, but thank you very much, my friend. And if I could ship If I could ship beer, I'll ship beer. Or else, I'll be more than happy to host you home here and take you to that hockey game and make you see your beloved Guy Lafleur. He's from Sweden, loves Guy Lafleur. So
You gotta love it. Even I wanted to share a message from Sam from Patreon. It's like, I'm from Libya but lives in Malta. Steve, I've been following the podcast for 3 years, but I've been on and off. It is pretty hard for me to follow live because of the time difference and because of my working hours, as I work day night shifts type of job. But I will try to best to join when I can. I will be in Milano next weekend for the Derby. I love this. He goes, if you're applying for a meet and greet type of event, please let me know. No, I'm not having a meet and greet like these places, like, come in, we're gonna have a meet and greet, picture, a price for a picture or an autograph. But reach out to us. We will be at Piazza Duomo. I know, we're staying with Milan Club Philly for that one night. We will meet Milan Club Dublin, multiple Milan clubs around the world. So shout out to him. And Nathan also sent us a message. Steve, Nathan came off. He's got the baby. He hasn't been on Patreon very long, but he wanted to send us a message about look at the Dallas Cowboys. They made a deal with Mexican television show that they want to give out the Dallas Cowboys to the Latino. He goes, imagine if Milan would do the same thing. Well, Nathan, take it easy. So shout out to them.
can't even get jerseys.
Imagine if Serie A had one Jerry Jones.
Yeah.
Just one Jerry Jones would be nice.
Before we talk about the game, Steve, it's a bit of I don't want to be mad or anything. I just wanted to give, you and I were there. My cousin John were there. A couple of Milan Club members were there on Saturday. Guys, Milan Club Montreal, this is a shout out to you guys. We need your help. We need your support. Whether it be signing back up, whether you're a recurring member, whether you're a new member. By the way, Presidente, as you guys saw in the chat, does not accept installment plans. But guys, it's a bit embarrassment is a big word, but we cannot be Milan Club Montreal. We want to make noise, we want to be out there, but we can't be at a game against Bologna at home on a Saturday at 2:45 and only 5 members there. I know everybody's got a life, but I would really like for a lot. I'm not going to be there, but I would like for people to be there on Saturday. Yann, you're going to be there. Stevie P, you're going to be there. This is a derby. Please show up in great numbers, whether you're a member officially or not. Please come on. Ciociaro is always welcoming. Let's take over Ciociaro's for this derby. Let's go win this game. But guys, please, Milan Club Montreal, anybody in the Montreal area, you need to do your part. Stevie P?
Yeah, guys, the club is for you guys. Myself, Vinny, and Yann, we are part of the admin group. We meet before. We try to, come up with new ways to make it as cheap as possible of a membership and give you the most there. And we have a great home at Ciociaro's, and we need to fill it up. And the derby is a perfect example of that. I know we had, and we talked about a little bit a couple of weeks ago, we sound like a broken record there for the opening match. Look, we were able to get you guys some food, but there has to be people there to eat that food, right? So a part of the club is, coming out. I know everybody, myself, I have 2 kids. I cannot come all the time, but we have to make it at least some sort of effort to get together, at least for big games like the derby. So we're calling out everybody now, member, non-member, show up, wear your red and black, and let's go.
There we go. And I'll see if I could live video you guys when we're there, me and my cousin Johnny. Where's it located? Mimou's asking on Boulevard Langelier. Just check Bar Ciociaro's on Boulevard Langelier. That's the home of the Milan Club of Montreal. We're always there for 98% of the games. Always there. Gentlemen, do we have anything else in the housekeeping stuff? All right. So let's get into it, shall we? Let's get into it. Saturday, 2:45, Mihalovic and company playing. We were playing at the San Siro. Steve, I wanted to get your thoughts first about this game. Strong showing from Milan, especially. I believe you called it lightning in a bottle. From what you've seen from CDK, what were your thoughts about this game at your first glance?
Yeah. So first glance, Bologna is terrible. They have absolutely no answers. I honestly scratch my head how they win games. This is not a Mihailovic style team. A Mihailovic style team, will they be prepared to the fullest? No. Does he have the talent? No. But at least they'll fight. They didn't even show fight. I don't even think they mustered a couple of shots on net, and if they were not dangerous at all. So that's number one. So we have to, as Milan fans, manage our expectations of what we saw against who we saw. We were there together, and I explained to you that from what I've seen from CDK the past couple of games, little bits when he was introduced in games against Atalanta. Look, guys, you see that he has talent. You see that it's something special. It's beyond what we've seen with Leao, and we had to wait for. No, this guy has it, and I say lightning in a bottle because he's starting to, just the action of the assist for Leao's goal. He muscled someone off the ball. He took that ball with confidence. He looked off to the winger on the right. Thank God. And he gave it to the person who could put it behind the net. Yes, Leao missed a shot, whatever, blah, blah, blah. A goal's a goal, but it's the little things. Looking off Leao for someone else. And,
that ball he gave to Kalulu, Steve.
Yeah. And a great tweet from someone saying that as he gets more confident and as he demands the ball more, this will help Leao in his game because they're going to have to pay attention to CDK now. So I'm saying lightning in the bottle because I don't want to get too ahead of myself. And you know me, I want to manage my expectations, but it's a very different situation than what we had with Leao, where we knew we had some raw talent and we had to wait. And what we have with CDK, where the talent is there, it's not raw. He's played at Bruges. It's a lesser league, but he's also played in the Champions League, guys. So he has that competition in him, and he understands. And it seems like he's a kid who is a professional and maybe a little bit more mature than, let's say, Leao at a younger age, right? So I'm really excited to see this CDK in a fixed role, getting continuous minutes, and how he starts to adapt when people start paying more attention to him.
You're talking about a poor Bologna. Yann, let me take it to you. Look at shots on target, 0 shots on target. Is it a balance of like Milan played well, or was it more of a like, my God, Bologna was really bad? What were your takes about this game?
I mean, look, let's be honest. There should be about 12 teams in this league that we should not have a problem beating with our team. This is one of them, and I'm happy that we did. I mean, was Bologna terrible? Yeah, they were very terrible. There's not much to go off of. If I'm going to nitpick anything, I think we bottled a couple of chances that against a better opponent would have cost us. Poor decision making. You saw Giroud was upset with some of his colleagues at some points. Like, you could have just passed the ball here instead of. And to answer Steve, how does Bologna win games? I think it's really Sorupski. He does come out and make some big saves. And then
didn't look good on that. Didn't look good on that Leao goal.
No, but it did take a deflection. But he did make some other big saves. I think he's a main reason that they've stayed up these last couple of years. He's a pretty decent shot stopper. But anything to concern about? No, we won 2-0. I expected us to win. But the only thing I would have preferred is to see a bit more finish. We could have won this game 5-0 easily. And it's still, game 3 of the season. There's still some rust. But these are the type of performances I want to see my team smash. I want to see them win 5-6-0. And hopefully as the season goes on, they're going to be able to finish games against teams that put out these performances against us, make them pay. Because you have to send a message to the rest of the league. Make them pay. It's enough of seeing Milan missing chances that are up close at the beginning of the game, because you miss chances like that against a Lazio, against Roma, against a Napoli. It's not, if they come back to bite you in the ass after.
Steve, I wanted to, in the past, where we paid for our mistakes, but on the second goal, on Giroud's goal, We made Bologna pay for the mistakes. I think it was a Cambiaso, a really bad ball directly to Leal and Giroud paying. Is that a good sign? It's like finally, like, yeah, we're making our opponents pay for their mistakes. Who did you like more on the pitch? Who was your top and who was your flop?
Yeah, so I said top. I really liked what CDK had to offer. I think he was very involved in the Leao goal and even in the middle of the park. And for someone being that young, I think Leao had a good game. Was he on and off? Yes. And again, against a better opponent, when he has a lot of the attention, I want to see him dominate in those games. The domination in Bologna doesn't really do anything for me. My flop, guys, is Tonali. And one thing that I'm worried about, and one thing that I take away from this game, is how much Tonali is suffering. Is he injured? He's not injured? I don't know. But he seems to be back to that. He's questioning every single pass that he makes. Even simple 4-foot passes he's missing. He's losing balls in really awkward places and having to work very hard to get them back. And I'm not going to give him that, but the flop has to be that. Now they have to figure out, is he injured? And who can we put in? I had just a discussion with someone the other day on the YouTube comments who said, I can't believe Steve wanted Pobega to play. I can't believe he wanted him to play. Brother, I don't know who else you want to put in there, but if Pobega is someone that we decided to keep at Milan, and we didn't send him out for loan, and he played at Torino, is Torino the greatest team in the world? No. But if they trust him there, can we trust him here? We did the same thing with Kalulu. We did the same thing with Tomori. We did the same thing with Leao. So, like, we've done this in the past. Imagine we did not trust these young players in the past. We don't have this core that we have. So, like, I don't understand, and I don't know if the guy, I took it bad, obviously, because everybody takes everything bad, but I asked him, did you watch Torino? Like, did you watch what Pobega did? So now, what he did at Torino, and we're bringing him back here. Yes, against Udine. Did he look like he was Bambi on ice? Yeah, he did. But, if we have to not trust a player like Pobega, then why are we keeping him? Let's move on. But it's obviously they trust him, and I would not want to give up on someone like that. He checks off a lot of boxes where we need him for Champions League because he's someone who comes from La Primavera. He's an Italian, which that checks off another box with the Serie A and what we need in terms of players being from Italy or so on and so forth. He's young. He has some upside. He's played national, with the unders. So I don't know what else people are looking for. So, like, if you're going to be on people for every single mistake, then you're never going to trust anybody. Then we're not going to trust Adli. Everybody loved Adli in the preseason. Now he makes a couple of mistakes. We're going to give up on him. No, absolutely not. So the same thing with Pobega. We have to get away from the FIFA mentality. It's not the big name all the time that gets the pass.
Definitely. And, we're talking about these players, Yann. We got a rotation. We got a game tomorrow. To Patreon members, probably going to do a post-game reaction. We'll see how that goes when I get home from work. But before you comment on this rotation, Yann, how did you like the third jersey?
I don't mind it. I think third jersey, do what you want. It's going to be for the casuals to wear, maybe some hip-hop guys or basketball player to wear, because Puma likes to do that a lot with their other athletes that they have. I think it's cool. A bit weird having the white and black logo there instead of the regular logo, but the rest of it I think is cool. I mean, the RB green.
We were talking with Steve. Did you notice that Did you notice the zip-up jacket is different? Like the Milan logo, I believe, is neon green. It popped cool. More. Yeah, it popped more. Yeah. And I know when I'm going to get to that Milan store next week, it's going to cost me a lot of money. I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't mind. But
I'm going to be there a week after you. I'm going to buy it as well.
So apparently with the numbers, Yann, Jacopone, our friend Ale, basically while he was watching the game, sent out like a mass message to all his friends that were at the game. and basically asked them, is it just me getting old and I cannot see the names and the numbers on the back of the players? And they said even at the stadium they had trouble with the names and the numbers of the players at the stadium.
They're not neon green, the names, and I think
It's
that
a
that
neon green
black, right?
outline. It's a
And the
neon green
black
outline on
there,
the black. Yeah. I mean, I
marketing
have bad
gentleman.
vision and I was able to see it. So, but I don't know. I'm not this. I'm in my 40s. I'm not in my I don't know how old Alessandro is. So.
You're still a young man, but how about
Still.
rotation? Origi supposedly not 100%.
He's out.
Rebic
So I
hurt.
was watching Sky 24 as I was eating myself supper over here, and
Legally watching Sky 24.
yeah, very legally. And Origi, it looks like inflammation, which I think is somewhat normal for someone that had a surgery. Rebic looks like he's hurt. There's supposedly they were saying there's going to be 5 changes, so they're looking like Chiara is going to make a start next to Tomori. And Pobega should be starting. I don't remember if it was in the place of Bennacer or Tonali, but I think it's in the place of Tonali. Up front, Giroud again with Leao, so no rest for them. With I still think CDK is going to be starting behind them. But as far as
It's Tatarusano making a
Pobega,
presence.
not starting the kid, you have to start the kid. There's nothing.
You gotta start.
My first choice would have been Krunic right now to start, unfortunately, but he's hurt. So put him in. Pobega, I mean, it's Sassuolo. It's not the Sassuolo of the past. We should be able to beat them as well. I'm not really worried about them. Maybe I'll eat my words tomorrow. But I think the rotation is important as it's a long season. You don't want to start giving kids 6 months on the bench after the World Cup. You're going to start playing important games in January, February, and then the nerves. So the Bambi on ice, like Steve described, the Pobega, I'm happy it happened against Udinese. I want him to do that. It's if a player doesn't do that after coming from Torino to play in a bigger team like Milan, I have some questions. Obviously he's going to be nervous. He's a Milanista at heart. Give him some time. I think everyone needs to relax. One thing I did wanted to say was I love seeing Giroud up there. Nothing against Rebic. I think Rebic is a fine player, but when you see a guy like Giroud up there, it's just you need that reference point of the senior guy in the team, and he makes everyone accountable. Not in the same type of way that Zlatan does, but I think that's a nice thing. So I'm happy to see Giroud back, and I want to see him start more until, obviously his body can't, but I want to see him as our starter right now. He's important for us, and very important.
Definitely, Steve. We need the 3 points tomorrow. Inter, even though what does Gio call him? Lukaku is not playing. You guys are gonna win for sure.
Doesn't
The excuses
matter.
are gonna come out. We have Red Bull Salzburg on the following Tuesday. This is a big week. We have Napoli, where Yann, you're going to be there. Then we're gonna have Juve, Chelsea, Juve. Guys, this is a big coming 6 weeks, and rotation is gonna have to happen. Steve, I know it's only 3 weeks in, but so far so good. What are you feeling for tomorrow? What are you feeling for Saturday's derby? Do we got this?
I think they have to concentrate on tomorrow before looking at the derby. If they don't do that, we're going to drop points. That's number one. Number two, the derby is the derby. We set aside all the first games that we played. We set aside all the other games that we're going to play after that. And the derby is on an island on itself. And then they're going to have to start thinking about Champions League. So I think it's like a 3-phased approach to this, to these next couple of weeks. Again, I agree with the rotation, but at a certain point, we cannot drop points. So hopefully some sort of rotation mixed with, mixed with the starters that we usually see. I agree with Yann. I like seeing Giroud up there. I'm happy. I'm really pissed off that we don't have another striker. We don't have another true striker to take his place. If knock on wood, Giroud would be injured, we would be in trouble. And again, we saw Rebic against Udine. I think he did a great job. Certain teams fit having that, let's say, false nine. Certain teams, unfortunately, we saw Atalanta didn't work out. We don't know what was going to happen against Bologna, but we ended up seeing Giroud. Against a team like Sassuolo, I think we need Giroud. And then you need, again, Giroud for Inter. We can't play a false nine against Inter. They're going to just eat us alive. Again, I trust Maldini. I trust the Triple N. I really do, guys. And I really cannot say anything. There was some negative buys. There was some positive buys. I really, really hope that we're not gambling again, especially with Champions League and especially with, Scudetto, possibly Scudetto number 20 on the plate, with having Belotti, someone like Belotti. If you're not gonna go sign someone from somewhere else, you took a chance on Ibra. Yes, it was Ibra. You took a chance on Giroud. If you are not gonna spend money, go get the free transfer of Belotti and put him in your team, and take a chance on him. We took a chance. I see in the chat. Yes, I know Lazetic still exists, but I don't think he's the answer, guys. And if I have to choose between Lazetic and gambling on Belotti, I would have rather gambled on Belotti. And if I was not going to sign a true striker. So
definitely taking that gamble. Before we get into who's in the running for the Campioni d'Agosto, as TVP would like to call it, guys, in the comments I've put it to our friends at Manmade. Stevie P has them. Yann has them. Timmy from Toronto bought them. I know some of our listeners and viewers bought them. Gio already put his order. Gio, it's on its way. Pigeon carrier from Montreal all the way to California. Guys, they got great products. Please, if you are to buy their products, use the link in the comments. It will show that it's coming directly from us. We're on a serious note, we're just helping out some friends. Where it's not like a sponsorship or any kind of sort. Of really friends helping out friends. Guys, these products are fantastic. Yann, you've used them while playing hockey. You felt more aerodynamic while you were playing with those boxers.
I'm a goalie, right? So I have to protect the net, and I felt supported by the Manmade as I was protecting the net. So it's very, very, no, honestly, great products. Not for nothing, their socks are incredible.
Their socks are really good.
I like the low, the socks that just at the bottom. Costco, bought Bench, whatever other brands. They even have that little rubber. I always have to take my shoe off at some point and fix it back. The Man-made ones, they stay on perfectly.
They stay.
Even though the high ones, I mean, it's not winter yet, so I'm not wearing them yet, but I wear them a few days around the house. Very, very comfortable. So
but it's a
very
look
nice.
now. You wear sandals with the high socks. I've seen the kids do it on the streets. But Steve, honestly, even they got t-shirts now. The socks, the boxers, and I'm with Yann on that one. Even the socks, like when they touch like your ankle, you got to pull them up, like you were saying. These things stay in position. I've washed them multiple times. The elastic is fantastic. A great product, and homemade here in Montreal.
Yeah, great product, guys. They're homegrown, so that's why we want to partner up with them and try to support them as much as possible. Guys, check them out.
Link
put
is
in the comments in the comments of your order. Please use the link. They'll know when you're coming from Milan Weekly Podcast. Another thing, guys, they're coming out with soap. They have soap now, so they have their own soap. Pretty cool, and I can't wait to use it. And again, underwear is their main game, but they want to make everything a man-made brand kind of experience. So check them out.
I love how like Yann is just looking like Oscar from Sesame Street, and he's just pulling up from there.
Who was the neighbor from Home Improvement there?
Oh, Tim. No, it was Wilson. Wilson, you're like the Wilson. Stevie P, do you have a horn for us as we pull up the Serie A Week 3, as we have here? Yann,
Vinny, I have another picture on the table.
What do you mean you have another picture?
Do you want to take a bet with me?
First of all, look, the bet is until September 1st.
I know.
Zayek is
it's not coming, but so I have a picture coming my way. But I want to give you an opportunity here. Okay. Monza will not get a win before the end of the year.
They're gonna get a win before the end of the year.
Not one win. They're gonna get a point. They're not gonna get a win before January 1st.
You're on until January 1st. You've heard it here. This is live. Monza. You got 63 live viewers. You're telling me Monza is not gonna get 3 points before the end of the year?
Not one.
Steve,
they're gonna get 3 points maybe out of ties.
Di brutto, di bello.
Ciao presidente, vero presidente, come stai? Tutto bene?
Silvio's back, ladies and gentlemen. Guys,
Did
does
you hear his
anybody?
comments after the game?
Yeah,
It
does
was
Di brutto.
anybody really care
Di
if they're gonna
brutto.
get a win before the end of the year?
I care.
I
'cause
only
need a
care
picture.
that Silvio's back. That's all I care about.
He did what it was the bello di brutto for the ref. It was a horribly refereed game. I caught the long highlights, but nothing surprising here, gentlemen. Udinese beating Monza at home. Did you guys need to add anything to this game?
No.
I'm happy Udogi got me the game-winning goal and helped me beat Steve in Fanta Calcio. We were facing each other this week, so there you go.
All of
Okay.
Yann's players decided to score this week.
There you go.
The Friday afternoon game, Lazio Inter.
What a game!
What a game. What a goal by Luis Alberto. But, guys, Inzaghi came out and said, yes, but if Dumfries would have scored, I love these. But
if Dumfries knew how to defend one-on-one, maybe also other things wouldn't have happened, right? So
we got the
I
baby
also think
crying, Steve.
Pedro, Pedro's goal. What a goal! Also, I mean, I know Luis Alberto that shot, but Pedro's goal. What a shot!
Steve, how do you explain Inter playing like this and everybody? Oh my God, Romagnoli had Lukaku in his pocket, and I didn't see too much of Romagnoli having Lukaku in his pocket. It's just an off game for Inter, and Lazio just seems to come up strong against the big teams at home.
So Lazio has decided for the time being to let Sarri be a coach and coach. So that you see, Sarri is not a dumb individual. Juve decided to hire someone like Sarri, but get him absolutely none of the players that he wanted to fulfill his formation. Now you're seeing it with Lazio, right? Am I a Lazio fan? No, not at all. But Lazio really they really came to play and they came to win against Juve. They were not looking for a draw. They were not looking for to salvage any points or to not get embarrassed. They came, they dictated play. Inter had no answers. I'm really, I'm a bit shocked that Simone
The starting
Inzaghi,
lineup?
Simone Inzaghi just crying about everything. He did this to himself. He had no plan B. He's always had no plan B. He didn't know how to adjust in game to counter what he was seeing from Lazio. So in the end, that you're blaming the whole game where you got dominated on one isolated incident. Come on, man. Like, you were the champions of Italy the year before. You finished second place here. You're at Inter now. You're not at Lazio. You're not at Roma. You can't cry for everything all the time. You're not at Napoli. You're at Inter. And I would expect the same, from Milan. When you got your ass kicked, you say you got your ass kicked, and you go on, shut the door, and go to next week. To people with Romagnoli, this is just a culture. Guys, Romagnoli cannot defend someone like Lukaku. Lukaku in shape, and I'm not an Inter fan, is almost undefendable. He's almost undefendable, guys. Now, he's not in shape and injured. Let's face it, guys. Let's be honest. He's not in shape, and he's injured.
Who's not at the helm of the training sessions anymore at Inter?
Yeah, how about this? I walked into Chicharo's. There was Marco Lafrazzi, was a big Interista, and he went on for 20 minutes. I don't understand. Gagliardini starting. These guys starting. It doesn't make any sense. Why didn't they start Çalhanoğlu and the substitutions and this and that? Like, he didn't field a team to win this game, and Lazio deservingly winning this game.
Yeah, no, nothing big. Kudos to Lazio. Happy for them. Happy for my friend Nando, who flew down there to watch the game, and you got to see a nice victory. Good for Nando.
Nice.
But
we have everybody in the Fanta Calcio League in Italy. Nando there, the Caesar's their nephews there, the psychologist, everybody's there.
Yeah. But Inter, I think this is, I don't know, Simone Inzaghi. Either he's out. Who the hell are you going to think you're going to start Gagliardini against Lazio? What?
And they have a game. They have a game tomorrow as well,
What?
and they're playing.
Like,
They're playing
what's
Cremonese, and a game against Cremonese where they haven't had a point yet are dangerous teams. Like, what wouldn't you start then? Anyways,
I don't
Luis
get it. I
Alberto
think,
so
look,
far
we saw this.
goal of the
We
season.
saw this with him last year too, like in the derby. He outcoaches himself. I don't know if it's the inferiority complex of having a brother like Filippo Inzaghi that was better than you your whole life,
Who won with
but
Regina
there's
4-0, by the way.
something, there's something there because at instances, Simone Inzaghi looks like a fantastic coach, does great things, gets his team motivated, they go on runs, and then out of nowhere he pulls, I'm just going to change things to change things. And it's kind of like that bored housewife that just wants to redo the kitchen because she has nothing better to do. I don't know, like, whoa, and then shit happens. So I feel bad for Interisti because I saw Nima was writing this. He doesn't think that, you know,
Nima was very critical of Inter. Yeah,
Simone might be gone by January, and that would be worse for Inter because a new coach.
Him?
Exactly. And now Zhang today stepped in. They had everything agreed upon for Acerbi. Zhang stepped in, and no loan for Acerbi.
We'll see what goes on. Victor
Francis
looks
can let
forward
us
to you
know.
guys each Monday. I love you all. Victor, thank you very much for the love. Torino Cremonese 2-1. We want to go to the maybe Campioni d'Agosto. Juventus, Roma, Mourinho versus Allegri, disallowed goals, handballs, great.
Missed handballs on Smalling.
We got docked for that sound last time. But Steve, what did you think about Juve Roma? 1-1 on this one. Yes, disallowed goal, a good disallowed goal. There was a handball on that one, but as soon as Locatelli scored, a world class Locatelli, and then the goal gets disallowed. Tammy Abraham comes on 1-1. Was everybody expecting a tie, Juventus Roma?
No, not after the first half. I think Juve botched it. Roma was terrible in the first half.
In the
they
first
look
half,
like little
yeah.
kittens.
Yeah.
Little kittens. You know, they have the wolf and everything. The Lupo was a little puppy. The little Lupo was a puppy. They're scared of the moment. Exactly what Roma and Romanistas do: crap and shit their pants and pee their pants in the biggest moments. You're at J Stadium. You have you have a great lineup that's facing a Juve that's played a terrible game against Sampdoria, where they basically for the first time in my entire life made a complete circle in a regular game, not a rondo in pregame. They made a rondo in an actual 45-minute half of a professional soccer game. Unbelievable. Juve botched it because Juve had them after 2 minutes.
They look strong, yeah.
Vlahovic with a stunning free kick. Thank you, my friend. He basically gave a high five to Dybala because he said, if you were here, you were going to take the ball away from me and you were not going to score. So I take the free kicks now, and I scored it. Then after that, guys, the disallowed goal, I think, would have changed things. I'm not a fan of the rule. I don't like it. I think the play continued for too long.
Yeah.
And now you're going to go back and review things that happened in the first minute to whatever. But long story short, I think Juve botched it. The first half, they could have closed the game. And the second half, Roma just, Mourinho made some tweaks. Apparently, Mourinho basically told them he was embarrassed to be their coach. And again, I know it's psychological games, but it worked. And Roma got back on the board. I think it was Dybala with a scissor kick assist. We're going to call it assist, but it's not even close to an assist. It's just basically putting the ball back into somewhere where it's dangerous. And Tammy Abraham catching Juventus doing what they've done for the past year, sleep on set pieces.
Another drop points from Juventus Roma before, because I want to get your take. We had Spezia Sassuolo 2-2. Salernitana scoring 4 goals against Sampdoria.
Grande Giampaolo. No mangi il panettone, Giampaolo.
He doesn't want to eat
the panettone. He's going to get another job somewhere.
I know. That's the sad part about Serie A. The merry-go-round of coaches will continue, and he's going to find another job. And, we had him. Again, did I think it was going to go that bad, that fast? No, but I think now his confidence is completely crushed. I don't think he'll be able to find
Sampdoria, that roster is atrocious.
Yeah. Atalanta squeezing one out against Verona. And then, Stevie P, CR7 inbound, Napoli against Fiorentina 0-0. What a snooze fest. I was really expecting to see something special.
Did you see the Mexican Salamakers miss Alvaro? He did the same mistakes, but they paid 45 million for Lozano. We paid 4 million for Salamakers. So.
What do you think of Fiorentina Napoli, Yann? Other than the Mexican.
I'll show you.
Oh.
You see this wall?
You
see when it dried? Did you see when it dried? Because it became nice and painted. That's what I thought about the game.
Steve, did you watch a bit of this game?
Yeah,
Was
this was unfortunately everything we don't want Serie A to be. Everybody on Twitter, I was watching the game and looking at Twitter, and everybody, Napoli fans were trying their best to make it seem like it was a match that it was not. Guys, stop doing that. We're not stupid. When Milan plays shit, guys, I'm the first one to tell you that they play shit. Stop making it seem, they were making excuses for KK. They were making excuses for Labotka, Oshiman. Guys, they just didn't show up. And this is, again...
That's why I don't get excited after the first game.
These games like this are going to happen. Now,
Fiorentina... It's a condensed schedule.
Yeah, it's a condensed schedule. And Fiorentina and Naples is not something that you think was going to be a snooze fest. But, guys...
I did fall asleep. Nathan said he fell asleep. I fell asleep like within the 25th to the 60th minute. I woke up and I was expecting something. It's still 0-0. But anyways, Steve, your Campioni d'Agosto, there's one game left because Saturday will be September 1st. Is it still Napoli, Roma?
Oh no! This is now Napoli and Roma's title to lose over here. They need this. This has to go in the trophy case. One for the bonsai tree, and the other group of fans for their margarita pizzas.
Penelici, yes, before
maybe they'll make another jersey once they win the August Campionato, right? They're gonna make a 14th jersey with Maradona's face on it, maybe.
And looking at all these upcoming games, we're going to take it to the Patreon questions and Twitter after. So we're looking at all these different games. You got the Champions League coming up. We got big games, would it be the Derby against the Juventus? Guys, we need these points because we don't want to be thinking about, just like a lot of Liverpool fans were saying, it's like, I don't want to think at the end of the season that those two first games that we didn't win, we could have had these points. But this is it, guys. It's a very big 6 weeks. We will see what we are able to muster. And definitely Tuesday tomorrow at Sassuolo, at home, the Derby on Saturday. I will see whoever's watching us from Europe, whoever's going to be there, the Derby. And to SM, no meet and greet. If you do want to do a meet and greet, Steve, if I'm with David Fanta and his wife, how would you tell the people to try to locate us if they don't know what we looked like?
Look at the bald guy with the foulard.
Look at the bald guy with the foulard. There we go. Looking at the Patreon, Steve Shane, he's joined our Patreon. It's about a month now. He's a very hopeless romantic. He's like, not a question, but a comment. I think we may see a late loan move for the right wing position in this window. Is he a hopeless romantic, Shane?
Hopeless romantic.
Yeah,
he likes to get hurt.
He's just that, we're not getting anybody, are we?
We got our center back. I'm happy.
What
is coming?
His name is pronounced Ciao.
Ciao.
Steve, how's it pronounced?
Ciao.
And that guy that has his last name that ends with CX something, I can't wait.
Every K sounding letter is going to be at the end of his name. This guy, CKS, KQ.
We have the Swiss Ambrosini, as he likes to call himself. Hi guys, happy with the win and also the performance. The Cadillac looks promising, although I don't like it when players get hyped too much. He's no Kaka, the Cadillac. He calls him the Cadillac, CDK. He's no Kaka just yet. Good. What do you guys think of the new German defender? I like the move. He's very promising. Also, you guys think we might get a surprise right wing after all? Cheers and all the best from the Swiss Ambrosini, Simon. We got two hopeless romantic guys. We got two hopeless romantic as Simon, but this center back that we got, 6'4". Steve, I know you reposted. What is Manco saying? You feel like Phoenix getting their Azonian club started with the founder at San Siro last game, and must ask Yann has some Greek blood in him as the founder of Milan club. Do you have any
That's
Greek?
interesting. No, so my family named De Angelis. Actually, there's a whole like part of southern Italy that I guess back in 900 years ago, Greeks did come over because there's like Theolis, De Sanctis, De Gubellis. They're all from the same area. So I guess it would make sense. I must have some Greek blood in me, but
You're
I
from
do love
that
to eat
northern
Greek food. And,
Northern Italy with your nose up in the air about us Southerners.
That's my mom's side. The Bonato side is the northern Italy that looks down on everybody. And then my father's side on the De Angelis side. But yeah, Zvanko, good call on that. There is probably some Greek inside of me. And I like to eat Greek food as well. It's great. It's amazing.
I know, Steve, you shared the Rohit's tweet thread about Malik Chow. That's the way he's supposed to pronounce his name. But this is not going to be a starter. This is going to be a replacement for Gabbia. I'm assuming he's going to be taking Gabbia's position.
Gabbia's going to leave either. So we're stacked.
I think we need them all.
I think
we need them all.
Yeah.
We need them all. Because Kiar, with his injury, he can snap at any minute. And also, we don't really have a left back solution. If let's say
Calabria wasn't good. It wasn't good on the weekend.
Let's say they go down.
We didn't like that.
You move Florenzi on one side, Kalulu can go on the right side. You know what I mean? You have that extra center back depth. All I do know is this kid is big, he's tall, and I like the price. $5 million with $2 million bonus. Can't go wrong with that. Worst case scenario is another Salamakers, and it's fine. I mean, it's $5 million. It's not the end of the world, but I think it's good. It's a good option. Let's go.
I completely forgot. We have just a couple of more questions on Patreon, but Serie A fantasy this week. You know, Steve, how are you doing in the fantasy in Fanta
I
Calcio?
dropped this week. My players didn't do anything in both fantasy leagues. I'm still on page 2, but 29th.
Scribe Milan has been in the top 3 for the last 3 weeks. Not bad. Fami Asnawi at 278 points. How about you, Yann? Where are you at? I'm not even going to say where I'm at.
I don't even know where I'm at. Oh, look at that, Justin from the club. He's 10th. Gino Vazzolino.
Oh, Gino Vazzolino.
Big
Vazzolino.
Juventus SV.
Jacob Lilligren. I wonder if he has any relation to them.
We have Adrian from Rabona TV there. Look at him. He's got
look at these guys.
Husney.
All-Star.
Rock Nation Husney. Number Krunic All-Stars. What else do we have over here? We have Forza Inter, Abdullah Latif, Freaks of Natures. But okay, guys. So SerieAFantasy.com. Don't forget, they're definitely going to be prizes throughout the year. How about your Fanta Calcio with you guys? You went head to head. Nathan, you're number 99. Not bad. Wayne Gretzky, you can't go bad with that. But Steve, how was your Fanta Calcio this week?
Not good.
Not good.
I beat him 3-2. It was
and imagine, I would have probably came close if Chucky would have put in that open netter. Salami.
Oh man, definitely. But also, Vlahovic's goal Locatelli's goal wouldn't have been called back. I would have had that extra the rocket.
You had Locatelli goal. You had
love.
You had Undugi goal. You had everybody's goal.
You gotta love Fanta
Inzola.
Yeah. Inzola goal. Yeah.
So SerieAFantasy.com, guys, to follow. Not only is there the MWP League, but there is a league for everybody competing. So have a look. Gio from Coast to Coast. Keep up the great work, guys. How are you guys feeling about we don't talk about Bruno jersey? Also, why is Tonali playing? He doesn't look fit and Pioli got to relax. Everyone, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Let's talk about the Bruno jersey. He doesn't like but Tonali... Steve, if he's not 100%, can you afford to sit Tonali for Tuesday and Saturday?
You can afford to sit him tomorrow, but not Saturday. We need him.
Yeah?
I agree. Sit him tomorrow, and if Sky was reporting the right thing, I think he is going to be sitting tomorrow. Benacer is going to be playing 2 games, I guess, in a row. But I'm okay with that too. Benacer, want the big.
But he subbed out Benacer this past game earlier than usual, right? So.
Which was a good thing. Ryan Percy, hey guys, great performance by the team. Mine is the right wing. I really feel like how our attack is working. A couple of quick questions. Would Milan have 5 more goals this season if we just learn to square the ball?
Yes.
What do you?
Yes.
Ryan, there's your answer. Would Milan have? Why do you think that Giroud is being favored over Origi? I feel like Origi gives us everything that Giroud does and a lot more in terms of speed and technicality. Why is Milan's right wing still laughable? Painful to watch. I guess because of his fitness, Origi.
Yeah, he's also not a natural striker. So
no, And Giroud's the boy, man. He's the guy.
Yeah.
He's the guy. We won the title with him. You're going to keep going with him. I do think that January, they better starting to look at a real strikers seriously.
Yeah.
And next summer, if they're not splashing 35 mil on a young striker, there's going to be problems here because as much as I love these guys, they're not going to survive Lazetic, Giroud, and the ghost of Ibrahimovic. You know?
Vinny Mancini says, good evening, guys. A quick question this week. Milan will be getting a little bit of soldi from Lyon's sell of Paquetá. There are only a few days left to the Mercato. Do you think Milan reinvests the money on a player or position that actually needs depth, a.k.a. the right wing? Guys, we're not getting the right
money
wing.
went already to center back if they had any money.
I think I know the guys in the Milan Weekly Podcast Patreon saying that probably that money went to Malik Chow. Yann, are we signing anybody else? Probably not a no-namer that's just going to surprise everybody.
I think it's just that other kid with the with all the at the end
X's
there.
and
it's agreed terms. Wolfsburg wants to make sure that Milan's having a riscatto. So that's where the negotiations are at. Not that I'm an insider. I was really just having supper watching Sky. So.
And apparently, I was reading today that that money that we're getting from Lyon is 15% of the profit. So,
Nathan,
how much there, guys?
Ranks.
Yeah, that's it. That's the
one.
Yeah.
Just the way.
Ranks.
Just the way with the Zvanko, we signed them with diritto di riscatto. We didn't know there's no obbligo di riscatto. Sorry, this is the way Presidente does the business.
Presidente only committed once in his life when he got married. That's it. Nothing else is committed.
Nicholas says, "Hey guys, how good has Benacer been so far? I know it's early in the year, but if he keeps this up for the season, I'd say he's on par with Barella. If he does keep this up this year, I think so. I think that's a pretty fair statement. All depending what kind of Barella, how he will play.
What about Tonali?
Yeah. No, not Tonali. The Benacer. If Benacer keeps on playing like the first 3 games.
They're 2 different players. Why are we comparing again? We're always comparing.
Quality.
Benacer be Benacer.
I mean, Benacer's going to have to start diving on the ground a lot more if he wants to be anywhere close to Barella. Let's be honest, okay? Let's just start over there. Barella, I think, has a couple of more levels to unlock. But again, I mean, am I being biased because he's Italian? I think Benacer is a great midfielder. But are either one of them on the Casemiro level? Are they going to get to that level? I'm not sure. So I don't know. I don't think Barella is the end all and be all of midfielders. I think he's a very good midfielder, but not when you compare it to the world around. I don't think.
No. But for Serie A, he has more range than Benacer has in terms of passing and where he's used. But he also plays in a very different role. He has Brozovic there who does half of Benacer's work, which he doesn't have to do. He plays in a 4. He plays in a 5-man midfield, guys. You cannot compare, guys. That's why it's terrible comparing.
As a midfielder, not as a position, like as a midfielder.
You cannot compare. How many times I have to say it? 5-man midfield, 4-man midfield is 2 different midfields.
All right.
I don't know. We want to compare what's it gonna do to us? We have Benacer, they have Barella.
When they talk about great midfielders in Italy, if Benacer keeps on playing the way he's playing, because right now everybody talks about Barella, right? And he's a good player. But if he keeps on playing...
about Barella. No one else outside of Serie A talks about Barella.
Nobody does, exactly. So
we talk about him.
I think it's fair
we're
to say
fascinated to compare someone to Barella. We want to compare Tonali to Barella. Now we want to compare Benacer to Barella. But who cares about Barella?
Best midfielder in Serie A is SMS. So he should be the benchmark. Everyone's
He's the benchmark, not Barella.
And Barella's not even close to SMS, and neither is Benacer. So let's just keep it at that.
Steve FIFA Chef said, this one's for Steve on Twitter. Now that the Mercato is wrapping up, are you mentally prepared for another season of Salamakers and Messias? Keep up the great work, gents.
I'm honestly not. Who was it? I think it was Vinny.
I'm ready.
What is it? Vinny Mancini who said that we would score 5 more goals if we would square things in from the sides? Both Solid Maker and Messias are guilty of that. You can't give any negativity towards Leal because we don't want him to square things in. We want him to we want him to cut inside and shoot and and take on people. But Macias and Salad Maker are not those guys who are going to take on people. They think they can, but someone has to tell them to stop. And I think Salchicha Maker is so frustrating because if he would keep his game just to simple things, I think he would be so much better. But he gets into these moods in the game. You saw against Bologna, he was trying to do flicks and take on people. Like, we don't need you to do that. We really don't. We need you to whistle in crosses, maybe beat a guy once or twice, and play defense. That's all I want you to do.
Yeah.
Let me see if I could pull this up here. Gigi Lopera, thought on Puma's World Club kits, Steve. And he's giving you a little gift there, a GIF.
Nice. To be very honest, I'm so demoralized that Italy is not in the World Cup. I must have missed this. I'd have to check again. But are they templated again? And I wouldn't be surprised.
Absolutely terrible looking. They look like they're, when you're playing Excite Bike on the Super Nintendo and you have those big numbers in the middle of your jersey.
Nice.
That's exactly a rally jersey.
So it's not. With just 2 days left, Stevie Aladessa says, do you believe? Also, I think I figured out how Maldini decides who to sign next.
Alphabet soup.
It's a good one. It's a good one.
Yeah. You should send that. We should send that to Serie A sit down. I think that he would.
That's a good one.
This who won Calcio Twitter. That's a very good one. Guys, before we get into the busted Calcio tweets, do you have anything in mind for your indigestions or your brioschis of the week? Anything come to mind?
Indigestion for me is, what the hell is Pogba's brother doing to extort his own brother and putting voodoo on Mbappe? And the fuck is going on? What is
My
going
indigestion
on?
is, I don't know why people keep on breaking into these players' houses. Like now, I think Aubameyang has been
held at gunpoint.
Held at gunpoint.
But that I understand. People are going to rob you, but your own
but the thing
family?
is, he makes so much money. Who's gonna who makes decisions on when it's time to have security?
Yeah, something.
You can't be held at gunpoint. Why are there only soccer players that are held at gunpoint?
I still don't get how Pogba's own brother is going after him for 13 million, and then he's saying he has all kinds of stuff about Pogba he's going to be putting out.
This is better than the Wanda and Icardi drama.
Is it Pogba's brother, or is it someone in the same gang as Pogba's brother? That's a big question.
It could be both.
I think it's some. Sorry, guys, I have a mosquito bite and I had to scratch it. That's the thing. I don't think it's Pogba's brother who's doing the blackmailing. I think it's the gang that he's part of.
Pogba's brother put out a series of 4 or 5 tweets saying that he had information and that people are going to see the true side of my brother. And if you keep outing me, I'm going to put stuff out there about you. I don't know. I mean, I have my, family is family, and you're not always happy with family, but a brother to do that,
something's gonna come out of there. My indigestion's got to be Nedved that thinks that the internet does not exist, parading in front of a camera.
Okay, but can we talk about that?
That's not fair.
He didn't post that. He
didn't post that. That's not fair.
You are a director.
I completely disagree.
He's not hurting anybody.
No. I'm sorry. No. I'm sorry, guys. You are Nedved. You're a director
of a
at
criminal
Juventus.
Organization.
I don't care what kind of party you're at. The only way that I would let people film me as a person in this stature of Juventus is a family party. If you are grabbing a woman the way you're grabbing her with a person like this in front of you,
He's not grabbing her.
It wasn't his hands
grabbing. It's the girl behind him who's grabbing the girl.
It doesn't matter. You got caught.
No.
Vinny, let me ask you this.
That's hypocritical.
How is that hypocritical?
Because we had one of the most controversial and sexist presidents ever.
Did he get caught?
Bunga.
Yes.
Yeah, he did.
Videos?
With underage prostitutes. Come on.
Yes.
I mean, did he put himself on video?
Vinny, don't start, Vinny, because the Ruby case, Vinny, almost landed him in jail. So you cannot be hypocritical. This is the Milan.
Did I ever
triangle zone.
defend Berlusconi?
Huh?
Did
You
I
didn't
ever
criticize
defend
him.
Berlusconi?
We didn't criticize him
I
either.
didn't criticize him either, though. That's the thing.
What I'm trying to get at is that I do not think that if Berlusconi had a phone like this in front of his face, would be doing that.
Someone
Listen.
found out though. Someone
Listen.
maybe didn't go on the
Would it
internet.
have looked better, Vinny? Would it have looked better if Nedved sees the person filming and then rushes to grab the phone and smash it on the floor,
And punch him in the
being
face.
drunk?
No.
Now,
or go over
what
there
would
and
have
delete the
looked
video.
worse? By delete the video, like people, like you're at a party. People, like first off,
That's
if I'm at
already
a par-
on. That's the
Look,
internet's forever.
I
That's
work-
on. He just has to live with
I
it.
worked for 10 years at a restaurant where I saw a lot of celebrities, and I saw a lot of celebrities do a lot of things that only I know what they did, and I'm not going to mention their names.
Yeah.
I could have taken my phone and filmed hockey players, movie stars, rock stars, doing a bunch of stuff. I didn't. Why? Because that's
But
their
Yann,
thing, and that's what they're going to do.
But yeah,
But there was
you would have
someone
been
at
doing
those
it secretly.
parties.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, I don't even have those on my phone. I know what happened because of my memory. There's someone at that party that filmed it, and that piece of shit, regardless of it, keep that to yourself. What are you posting it on the internet? What are you going to gain from a man just having fun at a party? To me, it's just like, I'm more mad at the person at the party because you're privileged enough to be at a party with Nevin and a bunch of other VIPs. Have fun and stop being on your phone. You know what I mean? It's just it's a lack of respect. Not because he's a director or anything. It's to anybody. Like if you're out at a party and you're having fun and someone films you and they put it on Facebook, the perception of everyone else is not going to be actually what happened because we don't know what was going on. I think the saddest one was him walking home. There was another people at a bar filming him when he was walking home and he looked really disheveled. And even those people, you're at a bar, you know it's Ned. Like,
No, I'm not.
why do you have to
getting
share
drunk
it
and all
for?
that.
It's
Well,
not
you know
getting
what?
anything.
You know what,
He's not,
Yann?
you know?
At least he was walking home and he wasn't driving.
And he wasn't driving,
Let's
there's
chalk it
something
up as a
there.
win.
You know, that's a win for him over
In
there.
the end,
As much
he
as
has
I
to
want to
live with
see,
it, but I'm not going to criticize it because if I
is he
want to go
married?
out, whether
Is he
I'm
married?
rich,
Was he caught
he's
cheating on
probably
his wife?
married, but I don't know
I
if
think
he's
he's
married. That's his
divorced. I
problem.
think he's single. But yeah, but that's it. That's his problem too.
Yeah.
And like,
I'm
I
just
mean, I want
saying,
to see
I'm just
Juve
saying is
burn.
that if you're a fan, if you're part of a Juventus whatever party, and you're putting, look, Razor Ramon Scott Hall, when he was supposed to be sober, not because he passed away, I can say it. I was with him 2 years ago when he was supposed to be sober, and he was fucking drunk out of his mind. I'm a fan of his, right? Why would I go fucking post that shit on the internet? So if
Exactly.
you were at a party with Pavel Nedved, right? Why would you go out and put, like, forget the fact that you put yourself in that situation, you're drunk, I could understand, but why go post that kind of shit? This guys, maybe he's going to get fired.
No, he won't.
You don't think he's going to get fired?
Absolutely not.
But I mean, if he gets fired, it's like
He's
Juventus will
Nedved.
hire him back.
It's
in
because they
18
want
months.
to.
In 18 months, he's
fire
back.
him. So
Yeah,
no
I
way.
don't know.
Okay, how
I think
about
he's just-
about a brioche? You know what? I don't know if you guys paid attention. Mine is gonna be. Did you see CDK on the assist to Leao when he went to? It looks like he was celebrating, and as soon as like he grabbed him, he just like became all serious again. Like, you know, I'm a goody two shoes. I need to go back. If you guys pay attention to his face, I love that moment between CDK and Leao. How about you guys?
I loved Umiti landing at Lecce and the fans chanting
was
his
nice.
name and getting tears in his eyes. Oh, but another indigestion. There was a fan that showed up at the Lecce game with blackface on, with the World Cup in his hand, with the Umiti jersey on, with his kid. And you're like, and you want to stop piracy? Because that's killing Calcio. You couldn't even, like, the guy showed up, spray painted his face with the World Cup. It's like, I understand you're excited about your player being there, and I think it's going to be great for
That's just
Umiti.
ignorance.
He
Yeah,
might turn around his career, but come on. That's
Steve.
Brioschis is seeing the Champions League draw and Champions League again starting. We have Sassuolo, we have Inter, and then we have Champions League. You can't ask for more.
Let's go. By the way, Yann, did you put the Serie A tweet that I sent you? Did you put it on the busted tweets?
Of course.
Okay,
they're
good.
gonna
Because
do
I was
their
gonna go.
weekly.
I'm like, I don't want to mention that as an indigestion. I go, you probably put it on. So, Yann, you told us, you sent us a message, guys. I have 6 of them. Should I cut some? No. Let's
No.
have some fun on this one here. What do we have behind door number 1?
Don't even get this tweet. I don't get it.
When your friend asks you for a bite of your hamburger and finishes half of it, emoji
What the-
face.
What the fuck does this mean?
This
Who's
is everything
tired?
wrong. I don't get it. I don't even think it's racist or anything. I just
No.
think it's the
No,
dumbest
there's
thing
nothing
ever.
racist
There's
about
nothing
it.
racist
No,
about
no.
it.
He's going by the reaction, like, you a bite and you finish my whole. What does this have to do with the game? And I saw this, and I'm like, let me refresh. This can't make any sense. And
But a hamburger is, I guess they're trying to connect with an American audience because I guess they feel that's their
who's
national
running
food.
this Twitter account? Oh my god!
For right now, I think it's Google Translate. I think that's who's running the account. It's a good idea to put something into Google Translate.
They're
and
trying
they pump this
memes. I think they're just trying memes.
I just don't get it. I mean, you could have gone somewhere else with this image. Like, I don't know.
Oh man.
Monza's back in Serie A, something like that. Poke fun. I guess you can't poke fun of the team.
Monza
because Serie A account.
mozzarella. I don't know.
I don't know.
You can't poke fun at Berlusconi. He's gonna blow everything up. I have no idea. But
Well,
this
they're
is
not
just
gonna beto on me. I don't know. Like
again at a certain point, if you're not willing to invest in people who actually understand the English language, maybe it's better you do not tweet out in the English language.
Yeah, better like that.
Behind slide number 2, what do we have here? Okay, so at Prime Fonzo. Okay, so now when our beautiful era is over, can we all agree that Liverpool 2017-2022 is the best team in the history of football?
I agree if you start looking at the history of football from 2015 on.
So this guy is saying that this is the best team in the history of football. Not
They
the
didn't even
Milan-
back-to-back. They didn't even do back-to-back wins in the Champions League final.
No.
There's not even, like if this was Real Madrid after their three-peat, I'm like, okay. I mean, I don't agree, but you have something to say about
there's
it.
an
At least in the
argument,
modern era. Liverpool, great team, huh? So I don't want to nothing to say bad. about
Very
Liverpool.
good team during
Very
those
good
years.
team, but
in
not
history,
the greatest
history.
in history. But this is again the FIFA, PSE, whatever the hell other console you guys play on. It's a disease, guys. I'm convinced it's a disease, and people should pass an exam before they play these things because they think it's real life. They start playing these games and they think it's like life started in 2015, like you said. There's teams that are far and above and beyond and greater than this Liverpool. This Liverpool might not even be the top 10.
Forget the
it
Milan.
might not even be the
58
best
games.
Liverpool team in the history of Liverpool.
Forget the Milan of
Liverpool,
58
exactly.
games straight. Didn't Bayern Munich like maybe 10 years ago went like 49 games unbeaten, and they had won like the Bundesliga within like
Arsenal
week.
had an unbeaten season. Didn't win a Champions League, but they had an unbeaten season. You know what I mean? Juventus had some. Milan
not
had.
not Lupo worthy though. Not Lupo worthy. So let's
No,
say
but it's still busted.
it's still busted. It's still definitely busted. Slide number 3. So wait, make it make sense. The game he missed, they lose by 2 goals. Then the actual first season game he plays, they end up losing by 5 goals. I'm not sure about this kid at World's Hope. I think this guy's
Speaking
tweeted
about Schalke's the kid we signed from Schalke. They're Tia. So he was, or I'm just gonna call him Tia. That's how I'm gonna call him.
his name is Chow.
So he's basically using 2 games to tell us that he's not a good center back because the one game he didn't play, they only let in 2 goals, and the second game that he played, they let in 5 goals. The other thing about this account is that the next tweet he said that we're ganging up on people because we like to laugh at certain tweets. He also called out Presidente.
Yes.
I think the only thing Presidente gangs up on is an Excel spreadsheet. He doesn't gang up on anything else. So I don't know what he was talking about, but honestly, how could you connect the dots that a player is no good because one game that he played they let in 5 goals in soccer in Calcio?
But he sent some hate comments on YouTube to Steve. If I'm not mistaken. I recognize the name, but
oh yeah, he did.
I believe so. But guys, this is entertaining, right? We don't take anything personal. So we didn't sign a good player because when he started, they let in 2 goals and then 5 goals. Okay. All right, Steve, do you want to comment on this one?
I have no comment on this, and I don't know how. Again, I don't know how we can make an assessment on a player that let's face it, we've never seen. So, and also to have a Twitter fight about it, it's like. So 2010.
I can imagine, guys.
He was saying he was watching Schalke for years.
Oh,
so was Richard.
Yes.
And
Richard's been watching. Richard is the only person I trust about Schalke.
Guys, can you imagine Presidente when he opened up his phone? He didn't understand what all these notifications. And he had to be neutral in those tweets too, huh? President, we love you, buddy. What do we have here at Gigius Juve? Fabio Miretti.
This
The
is
one.
this is my winner. I just sent it to Yann. I didn't even put.
He looks like a
busted
good guy.
Calcio
This
tweet.
guy, though.
I didn't even.
G just
put-
Juve. Well, I mean, he loves to live. He's a bit. There's those pictures of him cross dressing. More power to you, buddy. Have fun. I hope you're comfortable. It's great. But Fabio Miretti, the one. Exactly. The one game that you saw him play well in, he is now your best midfielder. And that is the state.
the Matrix
Juventus.
and everything in the behind. Like, come
Not
on.
to say that he's not going to be a great, like, he definitely could become a
He
very
could.
good player, but come on. One game that you, like, what, you tied 1-1? Are you serious? Against Roma? Come on.
You know,
The
and
graphic
we're
and all.
always guilty of this. Like, I see a lot of people on Milan Twitter get destroyed for this. You know, and you know what we're doing? I'm guilty of doing it with someone like CDK. I reserved
Yes.
myself
that's true.
You did.
with Leao and Tonali because I needed to see more. With CDK, guys, I have someone that he has some history, like he's played more games than this young person for Juventus. He's played in the Champions League, and you saw after 2 games that there's something there, right? From Fabino over here, we didn't see really that much.
But Steve, if we would have posted something like this, CDK, the one, right? For sure, we would have had like probably 1,000 likes, but we would have nominated ourselves for busted tweets after just a couple of games, right? But so this is your nominee, Steve, for now.
Yes.
Can I just go through the numbers here?
Sure.
He has a total of 3 Serie A games.
He has one more than CDK.
He's played 2 under Team Italy under 21 games with no points, and the U19. I mean, it's a crapshoot at that point. He played 13 games.
He is the one.
Someone
he is the one because
hold on, Yann. But did you read the comments? Someone said, "Speriamo che il prossimo Marchisio."
Okay, so overrated again because I don't rate Calcio as anyone that was great for the midfield.
Honestly, I was reading I wish I could have took like 100 screenshots of all the comments. These guys here were jizzing on walls.
What do we have next? Anyone out there in the cater to the fan base media have the guts to say with the predictions even before the transfer market window is over? Respect Napoli. Is he taking a shot at us that we said they wouldn't make a top 4, but now CR7
taking a shot to Bonetti. He's constantly going after Bonetti.
Okay. So Azzurro Bowen, so it's basically he's 6 points now, but this was before the stalemate against Fiorentina.
Yeah. This is what makes it even better. Is that? But I even replied to him like, but A plus Mercato from Napoli the last few weeks. I will be very happy if I were you. But wouldn't you feel better to wait until December and then tweet out to Bonetti and tell him, look at us now, did you forget about us? Not 2 games into the season where the first 7 places have the same points and the next 9 places have the same points and then everyone's separated by 8 points from the bottom. It's like, come on. Like, it doesn't give you, like, it's almost as if you're too
respect
eager to
Napoli.
But yeah, you should. Okay, I agree. Respect Napoli, fine. But if you're gonna call out somebody afterwards, Daniel, you shot your load too quick.
This tweet was made 2 games into the Serie A.
This was made 6 days ago.
38
week. Yeah.
Boy.
Yeah.
Steve, any comments on this one? On to the next one.
I'm telling you, the world is in chaos.
And the last one, what do you have for us, Yann? Napoli are showing glimpses of title contention in the early season. All that goes away if a static and aged Cristiano replaces dynamic and fast Osimhen. Milan Cup San Fran, buddy. What is this? Is he trolling? Napoli are showing glimpses
I don't know
of title contention. No, we know Milan Club San Fran. He's got to be trolling. All that goes away if a static and aged Cristiano replaces a dynamic and fast Osimhen. Now, forget that they're showing contempt of early season. He says all that goes away. I don't think that's
This one was
busted.
submitted, by the way, as well as like actually 4 of the 5 out of the 6 were submitted by
You're getting popular.
admins. Yeah, not admins. So they were submitted.
Is Napoli a better team with Cristiano?
I think again, Napoli are showing glimpses of title contention in the early season. Let's stop at the first sentence. 7 teams are tied for first place. No matter how you play your games, at the end of the day, you look at the point tally, and that's where you're at.
I'm still
How
convinced.
could you say that they're early signs of title contention, guys? It's ludicrous to think that
Because
anyone
of the
has
8
title
goals?
contention right now.
No
Against who though? Who do they play? The first
that's what
team
we
that they
spoke
played
about
that's
last
playing
week.
the first team that they played with a bit of like oomph, that's playing Conference League, that they were laughing at. Their fans were laughing at all the Conference League tweets about Roma fans winning it. 0-0 stalemate. That to me, I mean, you have to take your time and watch the teams play. Come
Fiorentina
on.
0-0.
Exactly. 0-0 against Fiorentina.
Yeah,
Your
but
first real challenge.
we associated Rome back to Conference League again.
No, I'm saying because Napoli was making fun of Conference League as if it's a nothing thing that Roma fans were winning.
No.
You
It's not
lose.
true.
You couldn't score against a team that's in the Conference League right now.
Yeah.
This
I just
whole
wanna take
idea that we have
time
to give respect, the glimpses, guys. No one even gave Milan respect. After
We live on the
I have to
table
give
7.
Napoli respect. They finished 4th.
Yeah.
Let's
We
relax.
live on the 7. Who said we don't like Miretti? This is a busted tweet thing. We're basically saying that they're calling him the one after just a couple of games, right? Is he going to be
That's
good for a national
exactly what
team?
I'm saying. He's
Probably,
played 3
right?
Serie A games. He's played no national
We're
team games
having
above the age of
fun.
21.
We're
He's
having
played
fun.
for all under 21, 19, 13, 17, 6. Even a guy like Hakim Mastori played with all these teams. We don't care. I don't care about these under 19, under 12, under 13.
Exactly.
Doesn't matter to me.
Hashim
It's a
Mastori,
mirage.
wow.
I do agree with what he was saying, though. He does have the talent, yes.
Yes.
By all. But it's
But-
also the state of Juventus's midfield that you're blowing your load after a guy on a 1-1 draw against Roma.
No, but Juventus are gonna say, bro, us we wanted him to play. We didn't sign anybody because us we wanted Mirante, bro. Miretti.
He does look like Mirante a bit, though. Looks
Yeah,
like a younger
that's
version
why I
of
got a
Mirante,
bit. I
guess.
got a bit confused. But that's what they're gonna say, Yann. They're gonna say that. They're gonna say we knew we had a hidden talent, even
Now,
though
I
all
want
the
to ask. Hold on.
Juventini,
I
all
want
the
to ask that
Juventini.
guy that told me about the under 19. Name me any of the. Okay, how many of the players that won the under 20 Euro with Pirlo in 2000 and something before the World Cup? How many of them went on to have a career in the Serie A?
But
That's what I
again,
want to know. It's like when
again-
I look at the World Juniors for the Canadian national hockey team.
How many
Nigel
of them
Dawes was a
actually?
great player. What happened to this guy? He ended up being a KHL star, not an NHL star. It doesn't mean that because you're playing well at the age of 14 and 15 that you're gonna have the mental fortitude to keep doing that at the age of 25. So all these those are to me are like the XG stats, the fluff stats that everyone's gonna say, oh, but he played all these different years of stuff. And what's he gonna do when it matters?
Exactly.
bro.
But looking, this
knew
is the
it.
Juventino voice. Where's the Romanista voice? You have nothing from a Roma, Steve. You have a
You have the
Romanista
crying
voice.
baby. You have the crying baby for the Roman.
the Roma
The-
fan.
the-
These poor guys, my God, they just
But
never gonna learn.
If we look at all of this, if we look at all of these, guys, I'm sorry. This one
They're back-to-back
is it
winners,
the
these guys.
definition of busted? This
It
is busted, guys.
This is busted. It is
When your
busted to me
friend
because
asks
it
you
makes
for a
no
bite
sense.
of your hamburger and finishes half of it with the emoji with the this is professional league Serie A in Italy. Okay, this is my vote. This is my vote. You guys, you're gonna go with our friend G just to Juve.
I like it, but I think you're winning me over with the Serie A one, just because.
Guys, look at it. Just
No, but the Serie A, we have to say, they have that famous Twitter blue check mark. It's coming from someone who actually gets paid to do what we do for free. Has all the pictures and all the content at his fingertips, and just selects terrible wording.
He could have put the one Miretti. What a great performance! But he went with the when your friend asks you for a bite of your hamburger and finishes half of it.
What's going on? Okay, sorry. Just to go back to the other one. So the 2000 Euro team that Pirlo won. Okay, the Euro
You have it
2000
here,
Euro
yeah.
The
You
goaltender,
are-
Morgan De Sanctis, career backup. Alessandro Grandoni, defender, never heard of him. Luca Mezzano, never heard of him. Marco Zanchi, never heard of him. Matteo Ferrari, Montreal Impact legend. Gennaro Gattuso. All right, there we got one. Gianni Comandini, Bob. Roberto Baronio, Bob. Nicola Ventola, Bob. Andrea Pirlo, Simone Perotta, Christian Abbiati, okay. Francesco Cocco, average player. Claudio Vallita, Bruno Cirillo, Inghi Vanucchi, Cristiano Zanetti, scored a goal in his own net. Fabio Firmani, Marco Rossi, and Jonathan Spinesi. I rest my case. I don't care how many games this guy played for the under 20s, 19s, or 18s. Don't care.
Don't come to a gunfight with a knife when it comes to at Busted Calcio. Guys, this was my nomination to you, Yann. I'm going with this one. Stevie P, are you with me on this busted tweet?
Yeah, we're gonna give the Juventini. It looks like they're a little bit emotional tonight after their 1-1
It
draw. We're
would-
gonna give it
but
to Serie A.
Regis Juve has won in the past, has he not?
Yes, he has.
Just has won in the past. It's not.
You know
It's
what?
not.
We're gonna start a Miretti tracker over here at the Milan Weekly Podcast. We'll keep an eye on him because I want to give the commentator the benefit of the doubt, and I do understand, like you were saying, this kid is supposedly very talented, but I'll reiterate.
Jan's
So is
gonna
Hakim
have a
Mester.
graph next week. The
So
Miretti tracker.
Yeah, I did. I've been learning how to use Excel. President is going to be happy with me. I'm going to show him how to produce a graph and everything.
You've been spending too much time with Presidente. You're gonna have a graph with the pie charts, games played, possession,
X
completed
goals,
passes,
generated X tweets that it gets for his name. Let's going to check the next one.
Guys, stay tuned for tomorrow. It will probably be a post-game group therapy session, my last one before I leave. Possibly Wednesday will be a coast-to-coast. Plenty of content this week. We have Sassuolo tomorrow. We have the Derby on Saturday. I cannot wait until I get to walk in with 75, 80,000 fans there. Can't wait to see again Milan Club Philly, David and Angie, whoever will be there. Milan Club Dublin, Mike says he's going to be there. The creator of the Milan Weekly Podcast, what was it, Steve? The tic-tac-toe? The bingo. So, guys, I cannot. The Miretti Tracker 2022. Guys, anything else in closing? It's been an hour and
Vinny,
20 minutes.
when you get into that stadium, turn off your phone and enjoy. I don't want to hear anything from you. Don't take any pictures. Just soak it in and enjoy.
I have to take pictures because memories are made from pictures. I'm not talking about going live with you guys. No, I'm not calling. I'm not calling anybody. It's gonna be for Il Tifo. I want to take videos. I'm not there. I'm not gonna be there to take a video to wait if they score here. I need to. I just need to be in that present. But yes, I do have to take pictures and I do have to take videos, especially at Piazza Duomo with everybody. And I just can't wait. And for me, taking those pictures and sharing with you guys, because I just wish you guys were there with me, especially you, Stevie. So, Vinny, I'm taking over Milan Club Philly, hosting for Dave and Maurizio for the Derby.
Boom.
Way to go, buddy. And anything else in closing?
Nope. Up to Milan.
Let's go tomorrow. Let's beat Sassuolo 3 points.
Ovunque e sempre. Miretti, the one.
Milan. Miretti,
Ciao,
the
guys.
one. Ciao.